So Mayweather taking on Todd Foster tonight. Foster the favorite son, but Mayweather has waited a long time for this opportunity. He feels his final stepping stone.
I got it. When Jeff Mayweather fights, expect a long night. Oh, sure, he does mix some power into the game plan, but that's usually a surprise. 19 of Mayweather's 25 fights have gone all the way. Even after flooring Jesus Rodriguez, Mayweather was happy to gain a decision and what he thought was a matchup with Todd Foster. But that fight never happened. Foster called in sick and Mayweather faced the gritty Rowdy Welch. He wasn't thrown off by the late change in opponents, however. Less concerned with Welch's power, Mayweather was happy to trade punches. This one, like many others, went to a decision. Mayweather won to go 2-0 in Big Sky Country, and tonight he's back for some unfinished business.
Well, it's not a matter of obsession. It's a matter of having a job to do and getting best prepared to do it. And right now, I mean, they have big things planned for Todd Foster, and my intention is to spoil it.
So Mayweather and Foster will be going 10 rounds, but really it is more like a championship fight, and it really has that kind of atmosphere. As you look at Jeff Mayweather, who is all business, he's been waiting for this opportunity for a while. Todd Foster, meanwhile, the public choice here in Miles City. He will have the crowd in his corner, but I'll tell you what, he's going to need every bit of it. Let's take a look.
Remember the promise Todd Foster has shown through the years? It was there in his first pro fight. Foster made it short and quite sweet for the Montana faithful. They still loved him last year when he beat Davey Montana to keep the Montana state title. It had been 3 years since Foster was fourth in the 139-pound class of the Seoul Olympic Games. Fans thought Foster was on his way to a 140-pound world title. Who could blame them? Foster seemed to have it all. Explosive early knockouts in his career, and tougher challenges later. He was right on course. Foster finished 1991 the way he began it, undefeated. One of his season-ending wins was this sudden bombing of Dwayne Swift. It was time for a big name. Jimmy Paul was just that. He once held the IBF lightweight title and was considered dangerous. Too dangerous this time. He won the fight, and Foster thinks the fans have not let him forget it.
Well, I didn't really quit in the fight. You know, I'm not a quitter. I had a bad cut over my eye, and it cut some of the muscles in my eye, and therefore it made the skin fall over my eye, and I just couldn't see. And after taking a bad beating in round 6, I just didn't think I could go back out there in round 7. They put me out there, and I knew it wasn't going to get better, so I said tomorrow will be another day.
Well, tomorrow is now today, and you take a look at Todd Foster, the public choice, as we said, arriving in style in a carriage. Miles City really doing it big time, aren't they?
That's the version of a limousine right there, and he'll walk into the strains of Garth Brooks and Friends in Low Places.
Lending new meaning to the term one-horse town, isn't it? And here's Todd Foster. Foster before the home folk here in Montana, and let's talk about what it's going to take for Todd Foster to win it, Dave.
He wants to walk through Mayweather, cut off the ring first, and then out-muscle Mayweather on the inside. Don't be too concerned with power, get the job done. Mayweather, he wants to work the jab a la Sweet Pea Whitaker, we shall see, and he wants to punch on the angles to keep Foster disrupted.
Each man with just one loss. Let's meet him now with Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, Top Rank Incorporated, in association with the undisputed, undefeated King of Beer, Budweiser, present the featured bout of the evening. This bout is sanctioned by the State of Montana Board of Athletics, board members Andy Vandola, Gary Langley, Administrator Mary Lou Garrett, Physician at ringside Dr. Randall Drow, Timekeepers Ben Gonzalez and Joe Camarello. The 3 judges scoring this bout will be Joe Antonetti, Lyle Brugman, and Chuck Jampa. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Miles City, Montana, here in the Big Sky State, let's get ready to rumble! 10 rounds of boxing. This is in the lightweight division. The referee for this contest is Kevin McCarroll. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks with gold letters and white trim, weighing 136 pounds. From Las Vegas, Nevada, he brings an outstanding professional record. 23 victories, only 1 defeat, 6 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, Jazzy Jeff Mayweather. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with purple trim and weighing in at 137 pounds. Also, an outstanding professional record. From the 88 United States Olympic boxing team to a pro record of 24-1, 21 KOs. He's from Great Falls, Montana, the pride of the Big Sky Country, Todd Kid Foster.
Todd, Jeff, you know the rules of the Montana Athletic Commission. I expect a clean fight. Watch your head on the inside. Obey my commands and protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck to both of you.
Now look at Jeff Mayweather, and as we said, he's been waiting for this for a long time. And to come up here and fight Todd Foster on his turf will tell you just how dedicated to this fight Mayweather is. On the other hand, Todd Foster feels that he's got to repay a couple of debts, I think, perhaps, to the folks of the good state of Montana.
And the fans will forgive a bad effort or a loss, but when you don't fight, they really get on you a lot for that. And he wants to come in here and do a good job tonight.
And I honestly believe he was every bit as sick as he said he was. He was in Bozeman at the time. And just one of those unfortunate things. He said he had a high temperature, he lost weight. He wanted to fight, as a matter of fact, even the day of the fight, because he had taken some pills that made him feel better. But his doctor said no.
Well, there were some high-level negotiations for this fight. Mayweather's people didn't want the extra padding underneath because they thought it would slow their fighter down. They wanted the bigger ring, and they wanted the Las Vegas official, who Chuck Giampa is here, to accommodate that.
Right hand by Mayweather, which was reminiscent of Whitaker. One new wrinkle for Todd Foster, and that is Jesse Reed in his corner, replacing Kenny Weldon. And Todd is quick to say, nice combination by Mayweather. Todd is quick to say that it was not a bitter parting.
Now, changes have to be made once in a while to get a fresh start. And Mayweather's speed has been all it's advertised. It's getting on the inside and landing some quick shots. There are the angles we talked about.
And Mayweather was pumped for this fight in Bozeman. Nice little uppercut by Mayweather. And the fight didn't happen. He fought Roddy Welch, who we will see next week on the Michael Tomahawk card. And he, by his own admission, he didn't fight him as well as he would have liked. If merely for the fact that it was just a substitute, and he was ready for Todd Foster. That's going to be a very tough readjustment for a fighter, plus a left-hander.
It was an emotional letdown, but he got through it, won the fight on what was not his best day, and that's important.
Mayweather getting the better of it in his first round. He's just out cooking Foster.
Nice pace to the fight.
A lot of movement by Mayweather, cutting the ring well.
And we see Foster not cutting the ring well. One of his keys. He's got to get there before Mayweather gets to the outside. He's got to be there and force Mayweather to go back so he can catch him off stride.
A bit of blood on Foster's face, and I'm not quite sure where it's from. I think it may be from the nose. So we come to the end of the first round. This has been a most impressive round for Jeff Mayweather, who really has owned Todd Foster in this round.
Mayweather with that speed really gives Foster some problems here, squaring up in a nice left hook.
Mayweather's a guy who doesn't pretend to be anything but what he is. He knows he's a guy who's, if he's going to get you out of there, it's going to be cumulatively. It's not going to be with any one punch. That's exactly the way he fought the first round, like a guy who needs to wear you down.
And he out-jabbed Foster 24-10 in the first round. That's really the key for him.
Also countered very well. total numbers in the first round, and you can see Mayweather very busy and very effective.
He averaged 69 punches against Welch and only landed 26%. You can see that he's a little bit more inspired for this fight through 14 more punches there.
Foster got there a moment ago with the right hand. It was his best punch of the fight. Mayweather just not letting Foster get set.
And that's where the jab is coming in, because he's just keeping Foster a little bit on edge, having to react to something. It takes away from Foster's attack. And this really is a fight where conditioning is your ally more than most, because Mayweather has to keep that pace up for the whole way.
Right hand by Foster got Mayweather backing up for one of the first times.
I think he got some respect out of Mayweather with that shot. Mayweather would like to get close enough to land some body shots.
Stepped in a little bit carelessly that time, and Foster made him pay for it.
Foster's trying to set up that right hand with his own movement now and doing a nice job.
And Foster using the jab a little bit more than he was. He said that's something Jesse Reed has helped him with.
You kind of tame and refine the animal. You become less of a headhunter with that. You get much better body rhythm.
I would have to think as a fighter, Jeff Mayweather's the kind of guy that just make you crazy. And you can see Foster just a moment ago saying, come on, fight.
And he's like a mosquito. He's on you, you slap him, he's gone. Stings you a little bit. But then if you get him with that one good shot.
Yeah, that's the thing. Then you have to see if it slows him up.
Mayweather's won a lot of fights by bothering guys and taking them off their game. It really shows an individual's ability to work that he'll go to that effort to throw his opponent off.
So the end of the second round, we're going to go into the corner of Jeff Mayweather and listen to Miguel Diaz.
Give me that water, Alex. Get the water. Right here. Look, man. Look at you letting him close in, man. You letting him close in. Give me some water. Put it on his head. Easy, easy. 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 Let him cool up. You all right? You might want it. People, you don't let them off. No, it's all right. Bend it. Look here, man. You let me close in just the second round. Right. Make me a step, man. All you gotta do is move your hair and slide it, okay? Bend it. Give me some more water. Give me a big one. Man, good as you doing, man. You gonna let this drink. Good as you doing, man. You gonna let this bomb take the fight back, man? Really, just make a step, man. You straight there. Make it miss. Slip and slide your head, okay?
But I lied to you, folks. That was the voice of Floyd Mayweather and not the voice of Miguel Diaz, who I would have expected actually would be the one who would be giving instructions.
It sounded like a UN meeting in there. There started to be some voices from everywhere.
A lot of voices. And that, of course, is always a sign, frankly, of a not very well-organized corner.
And if a fighter takes his corner to the heart, he'll be trying to work on too many things in the following round. And Mayweather better be careful on his jabs. He's not bringing it back, and that's why he got caught with the right hands in the second round.
Through the first two rounds, Mayweather with a 21 landed punch edge. And he has. He's been pesky. I hate to keep coming back to that word, but that's the word that best describes him.
Yeah, but I'd like to see the power shots in round two. They might have gone Foster's way. In Foster's situation, you don't think Mayweather hits that hard. It's worth whatever price it takes to get close. Even if you give up a round, taking shots to get in and take advantage of that body. Go to those body shots and slow Mayweather down. That is critical to his success here.
Right now, Foster starting to take a little bit more control here than he was earlier.
He's moving straight through and not being bothered by the specter of that first shot he might get hit with. Sometimes there's just no finessing your way in. Just have to pay.
Mayweather looking to counter there.
That was a good body shot by Foster. He was off balance after he got it in. That uppercut is going to open for Foster sometime soon here, the way he's jabbing and setting up.
Jabbing very well as I've ever seen him jab. Good body shot by Foster. Right hand, but he took a combination from Mayweather.
But like we said, now he's taking that shot and walking forward. It's worth the price of admission for him to get close and go to that body.
I should point out that he has had a couple of fights since his illness and since the Jimmy Paul fight, and since the last time we were supposed to have seen him in Bozeman. They were both quick whackouts against less than top-notch opponents, just tune-up fights for this one. Good shot there, got Mayweather's attention. There may be a little bit of a cut under the right eye. And there is, at the very least, some swelling on Todd Foster's right eye.
Getting to it. You see the left hook from the hip. He's coming down off it, all right? Nose is fine. Take some deep breaths.
Yeah, change up a little bit.
Yeah, change up on him. A little shuffle steps, little side steps, and start banging him with hooks. Okay. He's not used to thinking the right hand's coming. Feint the right hand and come with a hook, all right? And bring the hook from your hip.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
You look real good. Keep that pressure on him. Okay. Jab at his belly. Jab at his belly.
Foster catches one here from Mayweather as he was just a little bit too anxious with the left hand and caught the right.
So we start round number 4, and Todd Foster starting to get himself back into this fight.
And despite that one shot, he did have a 20-8 lead in the punches in the third round. And Foster winning it and closes the gap there.
Very much so. Jesse Reed is with us right now on headsets. And Jesse, obviously you're satisfied with the progress that Todd is making now. After the first round, where that seemed like Jeff Mayweather bothered him a little bit.
Well, I think Mayweather came out to establish the turf. And I think Todd right now is bringing him out of that. He's keeping the pressure on him, keeping his heart rate up, and we're going to try to run him right out of this ring.
You want him to work the hook, you said?
Yes, I want him to bring the hook from the hip because he's going under the hook. See, now he's starting to rough him up a little bit. We want to get his intensity up. See how he stands up.
Also, we were remarking earlier, and we'll let you go, Jesse, that he does seem to be working the jab a lot better than I've seen him work it in a long time.
We've worked on that, and we're working on the shoulder roll, pointing the shoulder where he has a better angle.
Jesse, thanks for taking the time.
You got it.
Jesse Reed in the corner of Todd Foster. Now, this will be the third fight that they've worked together in about a 5-punch combination from Jeff Mayweather there.
And getting back to Jesse Reed, that was good discussion between rounds about shuffle steps and everything, more than just go out and get him. They talked real strategy. And Foster will try to work on that, but he's got to keep the left hand up when he's doing it, and the shoulder, like Jesse said, because he caught 5 shots.
And I mentioned at the end of the last round, I thought I might have seen a cut under the right eye. It was not. There was some blood on the cheek, but it was not from the cut on the eye. There is a little bit of swelling, but no apparent problem.
And when they talked about running him out of the building, they almost acknowledging that they can't slow Mayweather down enough and to try to make a fool out of him.
Right hand there by Foster, and Mayweather shakes his head. Good fight so far, very up-tempo fight.
Mayweather doing exactly what he promised in trying to frustrate Foster and be on the proper angles. And Foster ever the pursuer here.
Well, the other thing that Mayweather insisted upon, you were talking about some of the special things that he wanted, like a bigger ring. He also insisted on one of the judges being from Nevada.
And Chuck Giampa is here to serve that purpose for him. So this was one of those hard-level negotiations even before the fight began. Not everyone is like that. Of course, we saw that backfire from Marvin Hagler once.
That's right. Foster trying to scuff him with the glove. Draws a warning from Kevin McCall.
Even if Todd Foster loses around along the way, this is a good long-term strategy for him. Get the fight in close.
Mayweather having a pretty good round here, as this fight seems to go back and forth and nobody really clearly able to establish themselves. Good fight. We'll be back.
Mayweather makes Foster pay after a miss. This is an excellent combination inside.
So we start round number 5, and as we said, this fight has gone back and forth. The last round, a good round for Jeff Mayweather.
And it's not because fighters are having bad rounds, it's because each guy is rising above and having a better round than the one before. This has been a superb pace in this fight.
And neither man is going to go away. Look at these numbers through the first 4 rounds.
An average of 80 punches being thrown and only a 20-punch difference. Nice, tight fight.
If we were in Barcelona, it'd be 7-3 right now.
And it would probably end about 9-5.
That's right. Holding and hitting by Mayweather. In Mayweather's corner, incidentally, his brother Floyd was saying you could hit him with the right hand all day long. Well, we'll see.
It's easy for him to say from the corner, too.
That's right.
They're not always as open as they appear to be. It's only when Foster doesn't bring his jab back that Mayweather can take that shot. And this hasn't really worked that well for him. He changed the southpaw stance. Foster doing his little Sammy Fuentes there with that shoulder. Going back to the fight with Tony Martin, and then recently on ESPN, another fight to get out of a clinch.
Mayweather guy is not going to get rattled though. Jeff told us this morning, he said, if you're going to say anything about me, be sure and tell him I got a college degree, graduate of Western Michigan University, the mighty Broncos. Good right hand again by Mayweather.
Yeah, it is nice to have that to look forward to, and the boxing days are no more.
Yeah, he's a graphic artist.
And a good shot on the angle by Foster here, forcing Mayweather to tie him up. And had Foster been just a little quicker as he was there, the left hook behind it is an option. You may see him feint with that right hand and go over the top when Mayweather is ducking. Mayweather's buying that right hand and then come underneath with a left hook or an uppercut.
What Foster's not doing in this round is working out the jab. There it is, and the right hand behind it missed.
Well, Mayweather's been too far away for him, and he hasn't seen the need to jab his way in, but it is always effective. And Mayweather's got to be hurting himself with this type of strategy here.
Crowd taking up the chant, kid, kid. We head for the end of round number 5, and Foster catches him with a double right hand and hurts him. We'll be back.
Foster gets his right hand, bombs in, first him straight away, and then he squares up and gets a nice shot there. 25-7 edge in power in that round, a pivotal round.
Just listening in, eavesdropping in the corner of Jeff Mayweather. I tell you, if corners win or lose fights, Mayweather's corner is going to lose it for him. It's fortunate that he has a college degree, and he's a smart guy, because he's going to need to do it on his own. It is absolute chaos in his corner.
Actually, he needs one more person in there, a translator.
Yeah. In the 5th round, you can see Foster with a big edge, and he finished strongly.
And that's his first big numerical edge in a fight. You can see him being pumped up now like he's found the winning formula. Mayweather slowing down, tying up a little bit more, and Foster senses now that he's on his game.
There was a right hand by Foster. He's really starting to find a home for that right hand. He's got the crowd in it now. You have Foster in front by 1.
Starting to creep ahead here. But no fighter winning 2 in a row so far. It's almost like breaking service in tennis now. Put two in a row together, it will be very big.
Yeah, and oftentimes you can really see when a fighter starts to take control. Neither man is taking control of this fight, and it's not for a lack of want. It's just that the other man isn't letting him.
Foster's making his bid here for permanent control. He's making some good forward movement, pretty active, and he sees Mayweather's punches coming, and they're coming up short because Foster moving a little. And this southpaw is more like a concession more than anything else for Mayweather. He's not effective that way. Foster trying to use Mayweather's medicine against him by going at him and taking his time, trying to frustrate Mayweather.
Yeah, Mayweather's changed the tempo in this fight on a couple of occasions. He's picked it up, he slowed it down.
But he really hoped he would turn Foster into a lunatic, go wild, throw a lot of bombs, and Foster is keeping his poise.
Well, and again, I hate to keep harping on this, but you got to go back to the corners. And Jesse Reed in the last round was nothing more than a cheerleader. The round before, he was an instructor. There's one voice speaking clearly. The fighter doesn't panic. He knows everything's under control. Whereas in Mayweather's corner, as we said, it was utter chaos. There was about 4 people talking. Everybody's yelling at him.
It pays to get the best.
Now there is a cut along the left eye of Todd Foster, and it is one that could be a problem.
He's bleeding already. Come on. Please, Joe. Come on, baby.
It is the type of cut that blood could get in the eye. We'll watch it. We'll be back. Gary Tompkins with Dave Von Temple. We start round number 7. Todd Foster and Jeff Mayweather, and the fight has been as advertised.
It's been a good battle, a nice test of nerves, and Mayweather got some good advice between the rounds this time, as they told him, you're on his home turf, you really have to hustle more and use the jabs. That's one of his keys to victory here.
Yes, they did. That's right. And they told him work on that eye. And meanwhile, Jesse Reed and Todd Foster's corner said, don't worry about the eye. But I believe that could be a problem.
Mayweather's trying to make it a bigger problem.
Good right hand by Mayweather.
It's out the side of the eye. It shouldn't go into the eye. It's a distracting factor right now.
Mayweather right on top of him and bothering him as he did early in the fight now.
And watch how this fight changes when Mayweather does get a left hand together. He's got better punching room, and Foster is not as busy. And for someone like Mayweather, who's not a big power puncher to begin with, the jab is a punch that can never be forgotten. Now Mayweather is doing what he did earlier and keeping Foster distracted with that jab.
And Foster, even though Jesse Reed said don't worry about the eye, I would have to think that's very difficult because he has a history of it now, and really that's why he lost the fight to Jimmy Paul.
It is human nature to worry about those things.
Right hand, down goes Mayweather. Right on the button. And I mean right on the button. And a long way to go in the 7th round. A long way for Jeff Mayweather. Foster on top of him again with a right hand. Mayweather tries to hold on.
1 or 2 more would do it.
Mayweather is clearly hurt. Foster with another right hand, and Mayweather tries to hold on again. Mayweather is about 3 punches away from going. Foster showing good patience.
He has to go to the body here, too. Body and then the head.
Mayweather's legs are still wobbly, and a right hand again. And another right hand, and Mayweather starts to go and catches himself.
He's got to tie Foster up here. He's not doing that.
His legs are really shot.
He's got to act like a veteran and try to get through it.
Miguel Diaz yelling for him to hold on. There is a standing 8 count in the state of Montana. And Mayweather is still in big trouble. But he is going to get through the round. Mayweather survived somehow. But he is still not there. That was a right hand that was right on the button.
A short shot out of nowhere.
Get him there. The speed bucket. Here, Jeff. Okay.
Mayweather's taking better shots, but not with this precision, and he gets clocked there with the right hand. As you take a look, nice shot.
Boy, in baseball, that'll be a balk. He didn't stop, did he? Todd Foster now with his confidence obviously surging.
To the body.
Knowing that he could finish it here.
Mayweather still looks like he does not have much. I think he's still feeling the effects of that punch. The numbers now, that was a slip. It was a good punch, but I don't believe.
Foster ahead on all counts now as he pulls ahead in the punch department and is starting to win going away here. But he should press it a little bit here. He's got Mayweather hurt and discouraged.
And Mayweather came out of his corner to start this round like he was still on some pretty rubbery pins. As you said, your card has Foster pulling away now.
A 2-point round in the last really blew it open. And you look at Mayweather, that's the problem when you're not a power puncher. He landed 4 or 5 good shots a couple times, but if Foster comes back with 2, his are better.
Looping left hand. That's what Jesse Reed has wanted Foster to throw. And a right hand behind it, and the knees go again, and Mayweather is a punch away from going again.
And without the referee there at that moment, he was gone. A long-range right hand, excellent leverage. That's very subtle. Foster's setting him up for that long-range bomb. He turns his hips into it suddenly, and it just lands like a big bomb.
I think it's interesting, that left hand from the hip is exactly what Jesse Reed told us on the air here he was looking for from Foster, and it was the first time that I can remember Foster throwing it. It set up the right hand.
And it enabled him to turn into the right hand, not just to throw it, but to get all of his hip motion into it.
Right hand again, and that down goes Mayweather. And this could be it.
It should be it.
That's it. It's over. Most impressive win for Todd Foster.
Excellent ability to listen to his corner, and he landed that right hand at least 4 times in the last couple of rounds, exactly as it was drawn up, turning into the shot and maximizing it.
First time in Jeff Mayweather's career that he has been knocked out, only his second loss. And the first one was disputable. This one was indisputable.
Todd Foster wins it the way he wanted to for the home folk, dramatically.
That was as good offensively as I've seen Todd Foster, and especially against a quality opponent.
The jab is the range finder, sets up the motion in the right hand. He gets all the power into it, and the left hook behind it. There's the knockdown. The first jab just finds the range and sets up the power and the motion of the right hand, and then he just keeps after it. He can't miss here, and there he goes again. Foster outpunched him by 60 in the power department.
All right, let's make it official now. Here's Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Kevin McCarl stops this bout at 1 minute, 59 seconds of round number 8. The winner by TKO victory, the pride of the Big Sky Country, Todd "Kid" Foster.
So Todd Foster is the winner, and he is the winner, as we said, in most impressive fashion. When we come back, we'll talk with the happiest man in Miles City. Don't go away. But there's a happy guy, and he is happy with good reason. And right now, he is with Dave Bontempo. Dave.
Okay, thank you, Barry. Todd, the fans are cheering. Do you feel like you won an election here?
I think I'm mayor now of Miles City. No, it was a great fight. This crowd really picked me up. It seemed like every time they said, kid, 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 I came on, I hit him with good shots. They fired me up because this was a tough fight. He's quick. His jab was better than I really anticipated, and give me a little problem sometimes, but it was just from me dropping my hands and being dumb, you know.
When did you sense that he was not bothering you anymore and you were really starting to get to him?
Well, I knew in the first 4 rounds or 3-4 rounds he'd be tough. I just had to wear him down, and I did. And then I started stepping up and rolling my shoulders like Jesse told me to, and I started hitting with the right hands. Took him all out of his fight game.
Well, let's take a look at those right hands. I'm sure you like to look at. Take us through. Here is the first knockdown.
Well, I kept watching. He was I was trying to just fake him with the left hand and come with the right hand because I knew he was trying to beat me with the left. And so I knew if I could just beat him with that right hand, I'd hit him solid. And I started catching him about the 6th or 7th round solid with every right hand, and I was really hurting him. He had a good chin, but boy, I was hitting him hard.
And Jesse Reed, what were you telling him about getting the body into the right hands and the hip action?
Well, I wanted Todd to turn his shoulders a little more so he doesn't get hit as much and gets better leverage. He's getting a little better at it. We still have a lot to work on, but he's doing fine. I like the old Todd Foster like we saw tonight. That's the fighter we like.
Well, he certainly took advantage of the right hands at the end of the fight, exactly like you said.
Exactly. He started getting in better position and shortening him up, and he started touching him with a jab to find the range, and that was the key. But he kept a nice rhythm.
I want to thank Luis Ramirez and Calvin Grove for sparring with me. They did a great job got me ready for this fight. Thanks, guys.
Okay, very quickly, the one last question. Where do you think you are now in your career, and what do you want to do?
I hope I'm back in the top 10. I wanted to come back and have a good, strong showing. I did that. And like I said, I wasn't 100% against Jimmy Paul, and he showed it on me.
Nice job. Very good. Nice win for Todd Foster. Let's take it back to Barry Tompkins.
All right, thank you very much, Davey. A happy guy, as we said. Todd Foster wins it with a knockout over Jeff Mayweather.
Fights coming up.